Oh shit, hold up, I gotta mute this music. Just realized I didn't mute it. Now it's muted. Hey, yo. Let me clear my throat real quick. Make sure this coffee is, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm pausing myself before I even say it. But I need the caffeine. What's up, guys? What's up? Hold up. What's up? I'm kind of sweaty right now. Let me fix my motherfucking. There we go. Mirror time. Hey, y'all. What's good? It's Monday. It's the end of the month. August 26, 2024. You already know the fucking cadence, man. It doesn't get any fucking closer to 2080. I don't know. Whatever year you're living in, bro. Whatever paradox you're vibing in. I hope it's lovely. I hope the sun is rising, and if not, I hope the rain or the gray is just hitting on a whole different other level. You know what I'm saying? You got to see the positives and all the positives. But yeah, man, let's just jump into it, yo. So, yeah, I came in on last week, and I was saying, yo, this is a Zen reset, and I'm staying true to it. I really think there's a lot of good shit going on in Zen still. We talk about it every single day. And I put a lot of reason behind what's happening. And I put a lot of subject discovery behind what is happening. a lot of observation behind what's happening. And again, a lot of it is because Zen is living in the shadows of the traditional markets. And that's kind of why, again, like our traditional markets really, I don't know who that is. Our traditional markets really are going to be the leaders to the next moment. I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, bro. I mean, some people are waiting for a moment. Me, I'm just waiting for us to move on. Like I'm at a point with this whole crypto thing where I'm like, bro, I think we've been stuck in the same place for quite a long time. And seeing Tron make a reappearance, bouncing extremely strong off its 200. You know what I'm saying? If you were there, you were there. If you have a bag, you have a bag. A lot of people still, again, like it's funny that Tron's making a comeback right now, because a lot of us are sitting on Tron from like below a penny, right? So if we zoom out on Tron, it's kind of like something that I've always thought about with Tron and why I think it's hard for it to go to $1. It's just the realistic side of Tron. It's Justin Sun's project, so. Again, you want to be a part of the network. You don't want to be on top of it, unless you're getting in and out of it really quick type vibe. But yeah, maybe Tron will get to $1 if it can seize what I'm trying to say right now, which is we need to move the fuck on. So maybe in the move the fuck on era of cryptocurrency, we actually see Tron make a comeback, which would be, it'd be wild, right? It's like almost unbelievable. If you've been in the space for as long as I've been in the space, it's almost unbelievable, right? We were picking up Tron in 2020 under a penny, bro. This shit is 15, 16 cents right now. I'm over here even like scratching my palms. Like, what the fuck do I do with this Tron? Like, do I just sit on it or do I wait for $1, And this is like making me, look at Bitcoin and really try to ask myself like, all right, we're looking at the 12-month. So there's a lot of room still, we're at this all-time area, all-time high area on the month, right? Or on the 12 months. So when you look on the monthly, you can kind of see Bitcoin is kind of plateauing. This is bearish. Like nobody wants to hear a bearish sentiment right now. Like everybody's like, yo, nah, do you see Tron? Tron's going crazy. And I'm like, all right, maybe Tron does go crazy. But what if it's just a swing up before the worst swing down, which I've already been pre-predicting, and I'm still thinking it's a super strong sentiment amongst the market. It's nothing like too epic, right? It's not like we're going back to $15,000 Bitcoin. Like I don't believe that. But there's always, damn, the helicopter. There's always like indications that the top is in and that you're basically trading the side of a falling wedge, right? So like I'm not a trader. Again, I like cryptocurrencies because they act as gas coins, right? I can buy Bitcoins and use the Satoshis in the ordinal space to buy more things Bitcoin related. Same with Ethereum, same with Solana, same with Zen to get to X1. To me, that's the ethos of crypto. That's the real DeFi. It's just being the owner of your tokens and moving how you please, right? And sometimes, again, you might run into chains where you just kind of disagree with their philosophies of how they believe the chain should be ran. But again, that's all ideology. At the end of the day, all of these coins are fucking gas coins. You buy them, you burn them, you get other things. And it just keeps going on and on and on and on. It's a pretty boring industry until you get behind the scenes, and you start building the blockchain. That's why we love X1. We've been building this blockchain for over 2 years now. And again, the main markets are kind of showing us maybe it is almost time, right? So looking at Bitcoin again, if we zoom out on the daily and we put my lines on, I'm still thinking this is a valid move. That we get back underneath this, right? We're trading our like speculation on a downtrend from the 73 era. area. It's just right. It's right in front of your face, bruv. We go up to this trend, we get rejected. We find support, we go up, we blast through it. But then again, this area of rejection is probably the most critical. That's why I was saying we need to get up and past 70,000 and head to the dream, you know? But we haven't. And that's just simply because the market is still very immature. We have a lot of mature people in the market, but the user base is still super immature. Like, they have no clue what to do. They're still trying to bring Forex into this space, and it's been 15 years, which, you know, again, I think of our industry as you know, it's just like space industry, you know, like we're moving into new era or new ages, right? Post quantum age is what I'm at with it. I haven't done the research yet, but I'm trying to see if we can get there with just reading up a little bit more about quantum world, right? So it's like the 70s introduced like the space age, where everybody all of a sudden wanted to do rocket technology, and like that's where all the math and computer shit was going on, you know. And then we got crypto. Like, in crypto is like this new thing of technology to like break the loop of like, we make blenders. we make smart refrigerators, smart television, you know, smartphone. Like, we've actually like encapsulated that tech, and it's like average now. But in the beginning, you know, going from a plasma screen to a smart TV was a huge leap. Even if you're just going from LCD to smart TV, that was crazy leap. Like, TV got Wi-Fi, like what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, like the simplistic concept of how far we've come is taken out of context so much when people talk. It's just like, yo, I always want to tell the world, shut the fuck up. You guys, this shit is normal shit. We've been in the space age since before I was in my dad's nutsack. Like, it's been a while. Okay. So where are we now? Right. So we're riding this trend line. There's so much speculation that Bitcoin is going to go to all time new highs. And we all have a bet on 500K, right? Everybody got a bet there. You know what I'm saying? Even I got a bet there. It's up there somewhere. And that's just because the world has to pile in. And if you know how monetary systems work, it's just a dead giveaway that like Bitcoin has been here. It's here to capture world inflation. That's kind of a thesis I'm creating. It's tinfoil hat as fuck right now. But when you really think of it and you put the math behind it, it's like, if the dollar is infinite and there's a cap supply of Bitcoins, and every time we inflate the dollar, people go and buy Bitcoins with their dollar, they're essentially pushing the price with inflation. So yeah, I think that's one of the best narratives of Bitcoin. It's the easiest one. It's like, because this shit doesn't matter. You know, it's just a gas coin. The value comes from users figuring out what the fuck to do with it after they learn about it. So like the simplistic side of Bitcoin is, again, it's a cap supply coin that you can tether to this current monetary system that personally I don't even think will ever leave. It's like kings and queens. Dumb niggas is still around. Like, there is a popular king in today's reality that we all know about, and this motherfucker, because I'm starting to get into like researching like gems and shit, right? We're looking at diamonds and shit, so I'm just doing research with my lady and shit about it. And like what's mad funny is like learning about diamonds and like who has the diamonds, the blood diamonds, like who's got them, right? Because now we got this world of like lab diamond, and most consumers are buying lab diamonds because it's cheaper, it's faster to create, and it's, you know, it's a lab diamond, so you know it's it gets the job done, bitch. You know, some people, you know, we got a lot of hippies in this new future too. They're like, agriculture, bitch. Like, I don't fuck with like kids in a cave mining and shit. So they buy lab diamonds. So we got a new world of how to get a diamond, but then it makes it makes you, you know, like be like, yo, but then who got the real diamonds, like the flawless ones, the real diamonds, not this lab grown shit. I'm talking flawless diamonds, not VVS ones or twos. Right? You start looking at it, you're like, damn, like like the royal family of Europe owns all the fucking diamonds, bro. They be showcasing that shit. Their fucking whole country is in shambles. Like, see, in America, we don't have dripped out royalty. We got motherfuckers in suits, literally agents in place to run the government. Meanwhile, across the pond, you got this dripped out royal family with all these fucking flawless diamonds, the most in the world. Like, the monetary system is fucked in its reality. You know, I honestly don't think that is the fight. Like, I think that is an honest loop. Like, you're fighting against that monetary system where they got all the flawless diamonds in the world. Like, they got caves, bro. Like, we're on the internet. Like, Bitcoin's on the internet. Like, you mine this shit with electricity. Like, you do not need like AK-47s and a bunch of human labor to get a Bitcoin, you know, or anything in crypto. So the thing I'm trying to get at is that, like, it doesn't make any sense for it to take over the monetary system. It does make sense for it to become another form of trade or asset, and it does take on another form again of like smart trade, right? Because we're in a world again that's just looping. It's just grow the diamonds in the lab, grow the meat in the lab, you know, grow the ideologies in the lab. And that can only get you so far, I think, in common world, because then everything's in a lab and everybody's like, you know, moving into like, well, what's not in the lab? You know, that's kind of why I think we have that culture right now in America. What is natural? What is organic? And it's if you ask me at 33, like, dude, isn't it kind of crazy? We got hella far away from like what was natural. You know, it's like we were just kids 15 years ago. We didn't really have any capabilities to change anything. I mean, now we can, right? And that's why I think, again, natural is coming in. It's a fad at this point. It's like, yo, aren't you trying to be natural? So that means this is going to be normal, right? Everyone's going to want to be natural. And what that means is we're going to look for natural money, natural assets, you know, things that make sense, right? And I just don't think right now we're there. People are still discovering this shit, seeing what's good and what's bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think Bitcoin is almost there. But the problem with Bitcoin is, again, it's suffering the same thing we all have in crypto, which is we want to get rich right now, right? Even though systems aren't in place. So we're shilling things to get rich right now. And the thing in your face to prove this is Tron. Because what the fuck is this doing right now? Like, this wasn't doing anything. It started to go up because they made the fees higher. And now they're rolling the fees back. I don't understand this shit. That, like, this also tells you that governance is a flaw. Like, token governance is a flaw. Like, Tron is actually breaking crypto right now, but nobody gives a fuck. Eve Moss just did this with their shenanigans and getting rid of yeah, like, that's what I mean. We're going through this hard reality right now that crypto is not what it used to be, or crypto is not on path to whatever we were saying it was finna be. Used to be, finna be. Everything is confused. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying buy some Tron. I literally called that shit out. Don't nobody care though. I'm just regular old crypto, bruh. I'm getting my favorite photo of me right now is I'm getting paid by the Fair Crypto Foundation to like promote Zen. But like, if you watch all my videos, all I'm doing is just proving like that this shit is all connected together. Like, you can get into anything you want. But one thing I think you cannot take from things are elite influence. So there's a lot of like little people running around, you know what I'm saying? And they're actually small people, because this is a very big ocean, right? And there's elite people in this ocean with us right now. Is X1 in the room right now? No, but that's what I'm trying to say. There's elite people in the room. Justin's son is one of those. This motherfucker met Warren Buffett when he was being called a scammer. He bought a lunch with Warren Buffett. He had Kobe Bryant, bro, at fucking Tron Fest, bro. He's a mastermind. All right. We hate him and love him at the same time. He is elite, Justin's son. Yes, he is. So that's kind of why, again, I'm not surprised to see Tron make such a powerful move. There's a lot of people betting on Tron because it's a blockchain and it's got weight on it, you know, and it's got Justin Sun. But this is my whole theory here, is that identity is what's controlling these chains. It's not these elite people. They just happen to have a lot of identities that come behind them. And that's kind of why this is all loopy. None of this shit makes any sense. Like, Justin Sun is just going to have a bunch of people reactivate themselves because they're all sitting on 1 cent below penny Tron bags. And if it goes to $1 off the back of this, it's facts, you know. And I've seen already a lot of people from Solana moving into Tron just for the gains, bro. I got this shit figured out, bro. I'm like, all right, man. But here, this is also what I've seen too. Remember I was saying, like, I wonder if Dex Screener will add Tron. And then they did. I'm like, all right, so yeah, this is what it is. This is just the world we live in. Token factories are facts. They're wrapped up though. I think Pump Fund was the first one, and that was it. Like, that was like, you in crypto, you only get one recognize, like, you only can recognize something once. Once you recognize it, everybody recognizes it. Like, don't ever think that you're by yourself again. Motherfucker, you're here with us. All right, once you recognize it, I recognized it. Once I say it and you like, oh shit, then you know, blah. That's why they're like, yo, shut up, bro. You're saying too much alpha. But I think at this level of fairness, this is where we are. It's all in front of us, and it's up to us to just perceive it and take it in, because we're veterans now. Like, why not be a veteran? You know, like, I've been in crypto since fucking almost 10 years now. Like, shit. Where does time gone? And I was in my 20s when I got in. Like, early 20s. Like, my friends were getting fucked up. And I'm like, have you guys heard of Bitcoin? They're like, shut up, hit this blunt. I'm like, all right. But yo, this Bitcoin shit crazy. Oh, shit. Dank with the 5. I haven't even said what's up, chat. What up, Simple? What up, Og? What up, Tree? You know what I'm saying? What up, Josh? Dank with the 5e, though. XEN is my favorite meme. That meme is a fun meme. I like that meme. But yeah, so like, I think we're at a top right now. I think we're toppy as fuck. I think we're in a loop, and I think this is the end of it. Like, I think honestly, this might be the end of this era, and no better way to end it than with Tron not getting to $1, or with Tron getting to $1. So like, that's what I mean. We're in this weird limbo now. Like, Tron could go either way and people would be happy with it. Who would have ever thought? Like, it only had one narrative, which is, yo, we're just going to keep staking and we're going to make fees off of people trading stables on Tron. So in case you didn't know, like, again, this is all orchestrated, but it's not, you know, it is, but it ain't, you know, like what is orchestrated is the fact that the relevance is there. Tron stayed relevant. So they made sure they had all of the devs, all of the bridges to make this situation happen, right? It's like having a warehouse and then meeting Diplo and being like, oh, bro, I got your next venue for your event. Like, I got a warehouse and I've been, you know, I got all the connections. We're going to get a bar. We're going to just boof. You're going to get paid. Everybody's going to win, right? So that's kind of how I'm seeing Tron right now. Like, it's untouched. Everybody has a little bit of it, and it's been staying relevant because of its stables. Like, yo, it's powerful. It's possible. It can go either way. I'm an old time holder, so like, that's why I don't really care if it goes up or down, because it'll be decided upon, you know, eventually. And you can see here, like, the market cap in Tron's been growing. So what's stopping people from like seeing Tron in a new light? You know, I mean, people see Solana in a new light. And I think, again, I was saying that was inspirational. It's like, yo, it was, and you should be inspired that this happened in Solana and that people came back. Because that's all crypto right there. Like, in crypto, one of the hardest things that we fucking have is people coming back so that we can like continue the mission. Most of the time, people just leave and then they go do some other shit. Right. But you want to ask yourself, like, why did Solana stay this way? Because of the tech, right? Why did Tron stay relevant? Because of their stables, right? Why is Binance chain still relevant right now? Because of CZ's influence on the whole thing, right? So that's why Binance If Tron is doing this, man, imagine the Binance comeback. That's why, yo, it's such a great time to be in crypto and not be so worried about where is the market caps all going, because as long as you're in the right projects, the top 10 crypto projects, like, you're gonna win, right? And that's kind of why, again, this all falls back into the Zen talk, because Zen is becoming, again, as clear as possible to be one of these coins, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, Zen is going to be one of the most decentralized coins, because people are going to look for it like they are right now looking for purpose in all of the space. The whole space, people are looking for purpose. Like, Tron is pumping because motherfuckers have stables, and we know stables ain't the way, right? Like, stables are a good idea, but a whole blockchain running on stables, like, imagine X1 chain when we master the stable. Like, we haven't even gotten to that part yet because it's not that important. It was just pegged to one. The treasuries, yes, those are important. And again, that's why Tron is important, because Justin Sun built a treasury in cryptocurrency that's been able to stay relevant this whole time. It's kind of wild, man. He got more TVL than Solana, bro. And Solana had the users. Like, Solana users are moving to Tron right now. It's just kind of funny to see. But yeah, when the fiat runs, or when the flow runs out, that's where I'm confused, you know. And that's what Solana is still impressive on, is they have so much DeFi, and that's like the current conversation in crypto is DeFi, not shitcoin token factory trading. Like, the token factory trading is a vibe, but it's not the like in all be all type shit. Like, it's just the vibe, you know. It's a way to make some money right now, you know what I'm saying? So it all makes sense. Like, it makes sense for Tron to pump. It makes sense for people to start becoming, you know, Tron lovers, you know, like, they're like, oh my God, this shit's tight. It changed my life. Like, I turned $10 into $100. Like, all those stories should start right now, and it should last until Q fucking won. And then that you're locked in on Tron, bro. It's going to $1, you know? So it's going to be the same thing. And I'm impressed, you know, I'm impressed. I'm glad I have some Tron from the past time, and glad I didn't sell that shit. And I'm glad that I started thinking about stables. And now this is a new proof for me, like, proof people are really watching blockchain in stable world, and they want to deploy, right? So again, Zen, I think, has an answer for that, which is, we're not on Tron, but what's stopping us now from doing liquid staking on Tron if people want to be there? And you can stake your Tron coins to a validator, and then you get XN airdropped on the other side, just like on ETH and like Solana and the rest of the chains. Like, I think, again, this is great for crypto. Like, if the stable community is willing to move a little bit, let's fucking go. Like, that's so good. Right now, we've been waiting for Bitcoin people to move, and they suck. Not to say that they suck, but you know what I mean? Like, I love you Bitcoiners, but you guys draw a hard line. You're super philosophical. You know, motherfuckers just want to have fun. Motherfuckers just want to have fun. Right? That's what I've learned. I've learned that in Ethereum right now. I was taking ETH so serious. That's why it was so easy to, like, fade all the shit coins. But Zen, because that one burns ETH and it helps ETH. Right? But yeah, like, Solana really taught me how to have fun and how not to look at this stuff as like the end all be all. Like I said earlier, like, this stuff is flexible. It should be flexible. We should have flexibility with crypto. It shouldn't just be something that is ice frozen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be something that's, you know, flexible, and you can move around with it, because it's the new age technology of tokenization, you know, putting a label on something digital and really serializing it within the blocks. You know what I'm saying? We're not there yet, but we know that's what's happening. If you know how, you know, supply chain works, right? Like, you know that we're going to package blocks, like, with data inside of it. And, you know, that's how I'm envisioning it. I'm envisioning a world where blockchain AI is what's running all the computers. And again, yeah, AI is a gimmick, but there is, like, again, the thing about AI is training, and I think we're gonna get some historical trained AIs where this shit has been trained for a long time. Here's one relevant to all the degens out there. If you've smoked weed, you wonder why, like, you know, a Jack Herrera has made it so far into this future, or like an Acapulco Gold, right? Like, they have these things called mother plants in cannabis, right? Where they take a snip and then they bud the plant, or they grow the plant until right before it's budding, and then they do this thing. I don't know the thing name. I'm not a botanist or someone who grows weed, but they do something where it doesn't produce flowers, but it keeps its female state and turns into like a mother tree. Then you can clone, you know, original strains and like keep them going on and on and on, right? So like this like concept of like beginnings and mini branches, bro, this shit is everywhere. So like crypto is going to be the fucking same. Like Bitcoin will be that. It'll be the center, and everything sprouts out from there. And that's why, again, we've been really waiting for Bitcoiners to move into the future, right? The future being, in my opinion, Solana and Ethereum, right? And we've seen it too. Like, it was so easy to call Solana pump because it was pumping in versus Bitcoin, and all the Bitcoiners were talking about it. So it was like such a like, oh yeah, people will just turn the Bitcoins into Solana because we live in the era. You can send your Bitcoins to Coinbase and flip them to Solana. Like, that really wasn't that easy 5 years ago. But today, it's like at a blink of your eye, you can get a new coin. And again, I think it's really important to identify these coins that are easy to get right now. Like Tron is not easy to get. And then the whole Tron thing, oh my God. Dude, I'm going in right now. I haven't talked all weekend. I was supposed to start my new job today, but they pushed back my start date. So I'm like, oh, nah, bro, I'm chilling then. We chilling. But you see, like this, like Tron. Here's my point of emphasis on Tron and being an American, and why I'm not feeling so bad about what's going on. Because I use Telegram to chat. But the fuck, I ain't doing no ski mask bullshit on Telegram. Those are the only people mad right now. Anybody fighting for the ski mask, which I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm like, bro, it's the clear world, post-quantum world. There's nothing you can hide unless you hide it. And then it's sus, because it's like, why are you hiding? I see you, you know? Like, the only way to hide is encryption, encrypt, bro. Like, you need an XEN at that point. You need a coin that only lives inside of itself when itself is turned on. You know, and you can turn it off and it never lives until somebody turns it on again. Yeah, I love cryptocurrency. This shit is fire. But yeah, so that's like why in Tron I couldn't vibe with it, because again, I could see here from the exchanges, it's all international, so it doesn't really benefit me as an American because I can't get it. So like when I heard about what happened to it, I was like, fuck. This is kind of why I didn't want, or why I wasn't really down for this notion that Telegram is gonna change blockchain. I'm like, how? Like, it's just a chat bot. And now look at it. The owner can get locked up, and everything crashes. It falls to shit. Looks like it's another pre-quantum blockchain. Fuck. What do you do? Pre-quantum. Shit. Hey, Dank with another 5. CBSN is another fun meme. We love the CBSN. Og with a fucking 369. Hey, that's how much I paid for gas today. Stop with the universal numbers. Chinaman in the chat last night said USDT and X1. Yo, shout out to my bros in China. What's up, Fernando? Oh, I got Josh in the chat. Shout out to Josh. Yeah, this dude loves Tron though. Josh, you're a real Tron bro. You're the one I'm like talking to where I'm like, yo, bro, it doesn't matter which way this shit goes, bro. We already won. I'm over here looking, cause like, what's funny is like, I'm like OG as fuck, bro. Like in Tron, like I've got like a Toucan ambassador account, bro. This is how throwback I go in Tron. I don't even think I'm on the right wallet to show this. This is why I'm waiting for Trey. If you watching this shit, shield this motherfucker. Like, come on, bro. Turn up one time for the one time. They're there now. Like, let's go. Let's go time. But you know, this is why I don't burn bridges. I just shut the fuck up. Just keep my head down. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. What the fuck is going on? But yeah, nah, like, we're in Tron world, right? I got $4. I'm over here playing with Tron. Fuck, okay, this isn't working over here. I gotta get out of here. Let me do it over here. Change my wallet over here. This one should work. It's not on the TV screen. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta do it like this. My computer's like hella weird. My shit, like, it works so much better when it's not live. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm just outside, okay? I'm just outside, okay? Xenium's the best meme. For real. Chocolate haze with the Skywalker OG. Dude, I smoked some chocolate haze. The other chocolate, or maybe it was chocolate cherry lemon haze, bro. Shit was ridiculous. I was like, damn, this is fire. I can fuck with this. So shout outs leader right now, shouting out a good strain right now, bro, which is that fucking chocolate haze. You see that at your local 420 dispo. I also recommend it. The banana jealousy too right now seems to be the vibes. Yeah, those are the indies. If they're indies too, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the legs, you can't stand up, just don't even participate. Just like in some crypto shit. But yo, check this out. All right, so this is how OG I am in Tron. I'm fucking this shit up over here. So you can play it if you want to play it. I'm not playing this game no more. But we made like this way back because there used to be this thing called proof and weak hands. Right? It was the very first like smart positive culture. We going down memory lane way too much right now. Shut the fuck up, right? Just what is this? This is just a smart contract. Lives on Tron. It's been living for 58 months. It's fucking old. It's oldie. And what it was there was a group of people who decided to create a floor, because in this world of smart contracts, people here, I'm gonna drop this in the motherfucking chat. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. This isn't any fucking financial advice or anything like that. It's just me talking about the past, the good old days. Yeah, so there's a couple of people, I forget how many of us, maybe it was like 10 of us, 15. It was just a bunch of people in a chat, and we really wanted one of these to be successful because Tron is a fucking scam, guys. So you got to get your friends together, and maybe that's what saves Tron. Maybe enough communities will be built to help it out. But I'm the scammers will always be there. That'll just always be a thing in Tron, right? And that's just everything in crypto. So we'll see how serious it gets. That's why I think stables are awesome, and maybe TRX has a vision now. Like, maybe there can be fun on Tron because it's not all about the stable world. It's not all about DeFi, which again, I think is where you lose the creative degen, like the degen that's going to create something that no one's thinking about. Like that degen's coming from the meme world, from testing bullshit and failing. But yeah, strict stablecoin systems like Tron haven't had this opportunity of having, again, tokenized value on chain. This is like a first. Majority of their fucking market cap is stables. All right, so okay, that's why when we created this, there was other ones too that were created. There was the one that was a stable contract that was pegged to 1. And then Infinitu, shit was wild, bro. But essentially what happened is like, as people get in, this rate goes up. And as the contract balance goes up, so does the rate to get in. And then there's a rate to get out. So like mine says 0 because I was an ambassador. So I put in a certain amount of crazy coins, or I put in certain TRX. And then now if I sell my TRX, it goes to all the people in the contract. And that was like one way of like fair distribution or fair policy that like everybody thought of to like make this virtual deposit contract on Tron. And it's still lasting, like it's still around, you know. Sometimes, you know, people be selling shit, should be cracking, you know. I check in on it. And yeah, this is what I mean. Like Tron is better here, and there's a lot of people who fuck with it. And they're still around, and maybe this is a great opportunity for it to turn up. So that's some positive. Yet, what the fuck's on top of Tron? Cause what the fuck? I can't believe everybody got behind it. We're all looping, but it's up to you to break the loop to really see what's happening here. And yeah, I think breaking the loop right now is getting in the Zen ecosystem. Like if you can really get into Zen and start to understand like what our world is, like when, again, like I was saying, this is a giant ocean and the elite are in there with us. When they decide to pick Jack Levin up, when they go, yo, Jack, it's time, bro. And he's like, okay. Everybody's like, man, this guy's a scammer, right? Like, they demolished Justin Sun's character in 2018 just for him to have a fucking Kobe Bryant run. Come on, man. This shit doesn't matter anymore. It's all broken. We're in a post-quantum world now. It's all broken. So, like, in the future, we're fucking things up right now. So, Jack created this game on Solana using the lattice-based compute. So what's happening right now is essentially we're using all the parameters on the blockchain to make guesstimation games, right? That's all it is. Think of it, it's like a real slot machine. Like slot machines are programmed, or not programmed, but like they're made a certain way based on chance, right? And that's just the best way to get data. Ooh, excuse me, the coffee. But yeah, that's like one of the best ways to get data. It's just like spinning a wheel and seeing what happens. You know, how is you going to be in the lab? How is you going to, you know, find out what happens? So he created this idea where essentially it grabs like integers from 10 players. And what it is it's like these players all get randomized numbers, right? And then these numbers have to fit into like a randomized vector that's like created from like hashing the block, and then there's other pieces of the block that like create the vector, right? So I mean, it's really, really complex, but just imagine a block and us putting like dots everywhere on it so we can see where the dots go, right? Like we're using like the hash distribution essentially as like a way to just grab all these new numbers that never existed before until that moment that block got pushed, because it's real. And then you can position players to say like who's the closest to the point in the game that everybody needs to get the closest to. So it's like one of the fairest launched, coolest looking, nerdiest motherfucking DJing games ever invented. This shit is more nerdy than the Prime Miner. I thought the Prime Miner was a nerd fest, bro. Like this just made this look like this is whatever. This is some just regular shit. Quantum Prime. Yeah, Quantum Prime, bro. That's what that game is. That's the Quantum Prime game. This fool August saying that this is version 2. This is version 2 of the Prime Miner. It really is, though. So the Prime Miner, in case you don't know how the Prime Miner works, if you really, really, really want to understand it, when you start mining, you can see here your log is going to pop up, and you can actually copy. Oops. You can copy a hash, or you can copy like a command, which is a hash. Oh, this is just an address. My bad. Wait, is this my address? No, it's not. Let me go back. Let me see if I hash a prime. Let me see here. Oh, maybe this is. Wait, what happened? Did I get a prime just now? Let's just stop mining. But it's basically using Okay, so here you can kind of see it here, but it's really hard to see. Hold on. I gotta blow it up. Oops, it's the wrong button. You can kind of see it. Let me scroll up. So you see right here, like it says like the program log, the slot, the user number, the player sum, the total number, and then something like this. There's like what it all adds up to is not a prime number. Increased the pool by 10 points, right? So every time I spin and I don't hit a prime number based on all those parameters, based on the slot, which is the block, right? So we're using the most natural root of the source, man. That's why this shit is fire, bro. Like everything I just said before we got here, bro, was the old world. Fucking guessing on what the hell air is. I think it's oxygen. I think it's carbon. I think it's air. It's nitrous. Yummy air. For those that think that. But yeah, so like the prime miner is using all these random parameters. You put in 10 points. Those points go into the yield pool or in like a into the points. Right? Is that where it is? Oh no, my bad. It goes over here into the jackpot pool. Right? And then what happens is as new people show up and they put in Solana or XLana, X Solana basically goes into this treasury, and then you spin, and if you happen to land, you know, a prime number of all of these logged parameters, if you hit all of them add up to a prime, which one of these should be right here. So this is a prime number. We should be able to go to a calculator and fact check that. So let's go ahead and go to the Gematria calculator. Is the aim to accumulate the most points or X Sol? So I think there's going to be multiple games here. Or multiple strategies for multiple players. Let's see if it can get the properties on this. It might be too complex. Too big. God damn. Let's see. Never mind, Gematria calculator ain't rocking on that one. Yes. All right. So it's not lying. It's definitely a prime number, right? And that's what I was saying. All of this is the same. So the slot really plays a factor in you hitting a prime. You're always going to have the same user number. Right, and player sum is just I don't know how that's accumulated or the time one yet. I haven't really put my my whole understanding under all of it. You know what I'm saying? I just been spinning and slowly learning how it all goes together, and that's why the prime miner is not that challenging. It's a very simple concept, and the game is to maybe you do want to hold points and yield X Sol, or maybe you do want to keep your points up and you want to constantly mine, but there's like this battery up here where you only can win the treasury when you have power, right? You see here, this part, it said power up 0.75, right? And then what that basically means is it takes the whole power and it goes to 0. And then I learned a hack that you might want to wait 200 seconds before you start hacking again, so you can hack at full power and potentially win the treasury if there's something in there. Because you can't win the treasury if you're not at full power. So there's sometimes, and that's what you see here. You'll see like mine when treasury is above. So you can also set like a parameter where it mines when the treasury is above a certain thing. Because right now, look at that. Within one run, bam, and I hit the motherfucking jackpot. Right? And this is crazy, bro. We're on X1 doing this shit. People are tripping. This is just the beginning. And then this one, when they make a game, or like when they make the mask for it, I think this one is going to be the one where people are like, whoa. Because this one is so abstract. And they already were talking about it. Oopsies. Where's it at? You got to get in the validator chat, and then you can see what's happening here. But yeah, so now people are starting to drop just more integers. And that's why I'm like, yo, we're getting into some other ass shit right now. But this all makes sense. Like, if you've been following the timeline, this all makes sense because if we're really moving to an AI-based chain, we're going to also need the ability to identify like what we're even looking at. You know, and these games all can help us with this, like the way that it's pointing out all these parameters and stuff. It's just more data points, you know, that you just don't averagely like, this isn't just your average shit. Like, not every chain has like the physics of their chain identifiable, right? Like, Ethereum could clearly just shout out XEN and it would help their fucking blockchain. It would pop off the fee market and it would bring a lot of attention to the mechanism of ETH. And maybe people would want to say, hey, I see value in that. I also want to build on top of the gas and bring value to ETH so I can pump my ETH back, right? There's a few people out there, but we still in pre-quantum world where everybody's scared of fees. I'm so scared of fees, you know? And that's why, I'm so, man, I can go on and on and on about crypto right now because there's a lot of good shit going on. Let me go on and on and on. But yeah, they've been talking about this here for a minute. But somewhere in here, Jack talks about like the why, or like, you know, like the game, because like, you know, everybody's gonna want to try to corner the game. So a lot of people were asking like, how do people corner this? I don't know how far back this conversation is, but yeah, essentially he was like telling people like, oh, the only way you can corner it is to create a bunch of like robots, like everything in life, and then you set it up to just like keep it going at the program until it wins, and you can essentially corner it with like a 5150 attack, which is everything in life. You know, if someone gains 1% over the rest of the, you know, consensus, it's a wrap. And that's just the way it is, you know, or we wouldn't have war if someone didn't believe that was like something they could take, you know. So I'm not really too worried about that. I think it's so complex that cornering the game and knowing like cornering the game is creating agents against the like consensus, you know, like that makes me feel comfortable because that's like the hardest thing to build in crypto, that I think XEN has the best, how do you say it? Like, it's the best one we have right now, basically. Like there's nothing else you can get behind that's so clear, where everybody is not playing a game. It's just clear. Like, yo, you mine it, you know, and what happens when what if the prime miner comes out and it burns in on Ethereum? Then what? Right? And then what if points have purpose outside of the game? Now, I don't know if this game goes to ETH, but it definitely is going to come to Solana, I think. Jack had tweeted, the prime miner is almost ready. Right here. So you're already late if you're not thinking about this. Here, I'll repost it so you can check it out. Go to my X account. But yeah, I think all that shit is cool. All this is where you want to be right now. You really want to be in the XEN ecosystem doing something, whether it's mining XENblocks and, you know, getting your pull-ups in before the halving. The halving is around the corner. That shit is literally like how far away is the 16th? It's gonna happen September 16th. And Vitalik starts mining. Yo, Vitalik, if he was, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, what is wrong with crypto? Like, what is wrong with this idea? I honestly think that XEN changed the way that even I perceive a smart contract. I see smart contracts more as programs now than I see them as concrete, like a deed, you know, or certificate. Like, that's not enough. Maybe the certificate should be concrete inside of a program that's a little bit flexible to the fairest way possible, you know? And I think that is the way we can stay rooted in where we're coming from instead of trying to fight against where we're going. Like, I'm kind of pro centralization right now for a few reasons, because of the idea that, like, there's some people that are really protecting something that's going to be humongous. And there's some people that are just using our notion of greatness as a fad. I mean, that's like Tron right now, but I'm hyped, you know, go Tron. Because then we need that, I guess. We need people to see it for what it is, so they can be like, well, how do I get more of this, you know? Ooh, 21 days. Nice. I like that number. But yeah, so on a 69-day numerology, very universal, we're gonna see the first happening in and also I was gonna say Bitcoin, in XEN, and then yeah, so 21 days. You got 21 days to mine as much as you can. Damn, bro. Oh my God. If you waited till right now to be like, I need a FOMO, what the fuck? Damn, bro. You got 21 days. You got 3 weeks. 3 weeks from today. Literally it's a Monday. You know what I'm saying? We got that 260 in there too. That's a God number. That 106. That's a special one too. Wish it was 108. That's 2 days in the head. Oh, behind. That would have been a cool one. It could come earlier, but we'll see. But the forecasted day of the happening for XEN is going to be September 16th, which is 21 days away. What's going to happen? If you go to my X account, I have shout out Street City West. He said X1. Baby. Yo, crypto's dead. Yo, I have this pinned to my X account right now. Imagine V not mining. He has to be doing something. Or like I mean, we all know what the politics are going right now. Like, Vitalik threw DeFi under the bus, basically called it an echo chamber. Essentially, that's how a lot of people took it. I kind of took it that way too. Like I mean, the problem with ETH is that it's public, and they locked everybody out when they changed to staking. And if they changed to staking so that they could be like, well, you want to join ETH, buy 32. Like, that's kind of what it felt like. And that's kind of where they lose the common public user. And those were the people building the DeFi rails. And that's why those DeFi rails got shaky. And they're all like kind of scammy now, because there's just not enough belief behind Ethereum. That's why I think X1 chain is going to be huge. What a time to be alive and to be behind something that's really being built for developer first. Like, whatever the devs want to do, the flexibility that they want, the expansion of the chain being based on hardware so the chain can get faster if hardware gets better. Woo, caught the coffee. Yeah. Like, that's all fire. And again, XEN is the proof of work coin of this entire system, of this theory that like blockchains will be able to be expanded on. Like, we shouldn't just settle for a single layer, like, or a linear system like a Nakamoto consensus. Like, we should have a consensus that's much more diverse in the way that people can use it, right? Again, Bitcoin was just invented to be peer-to-peer. Ethereum was just invented to call smart contracts. Like, it was not invented to create programs. And that's why the plot is lost now, where you have Vitalik literally telling you the plot is lost. Like, we want people to get behind Ethereum, which I think is super bullish for ETH of him saying that. Like, he's still so Ethereum that it's like, oh shit, you know, go V. Let it go to zero. You know, like, it's right now. It's like, let gas go to zero. Fuck it. If people want to dev, they'll dev. And if gas goes up, it'll go up. So that makes me really bullish on Ethereum, because I think we're going to see, again, a post-quantum world of what does ETH gas look like, and then what does Ethereum look like as a shelved product. Like, think of Bitcoin when it entered Ethereum as like wrap BTC. That was basically shelved BTC inside of Ethereum. And that's when everybody was like, wow, if we have Bitcoin inside of ETH and we can use it as DeFi, like we could bring a lot of that, you know, market cap into Ethereum. That was a really big narrative in the beginning of DeFi and why wrap BTC was so important, right? But you had so many fake versions of it and people getting scammed left and right. That's why we live in this world today, which is in post-quantum world. Hey, maybe Bitcoin is transferred through an exchange. Maybe a small majority of the population is going to do Bitcoin actually on chain. A small population. And then maybe like a blockchain, like an XEN will come out and inspire someone to try to invent a digital bridge. Right? That's kind of where my whole thing of like stacking XEN coins is like, I think people will really want this product. And I think the security starts here. So this every happening should be represented. Some people say they're going to turn off the miner. So there is some FUD. And there might be a better opportunity. Maybe mining right now isn't the smartest idea. Maybe people will shut down in 21 days. You know? I personally think no. Out of 280 people, I would probably say at least 150 people are super solid miners. Right? Maybe 130 people right now are not with it. Because you can see them. They say, I'm going to dump my XEN. Right? So right after it's live, they're going to dump it. And to me, again, I already said this last week. I think the dumbest thing you could do is dump your coins when it's happening every 365 days. You know, and within 2 years, you can never get back what you got from the first 2 years. Ever. Like, you're going to be cashing out. Right? That's like right now in Bitcoin. Like, Bitcoin's happening 15 years later is at 1.5 right now. We'll be there in 2027. Right? So it's right around the corner. And I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cool to watch it happen. But yeah, you can go in my X account, like this photo, bookmark it so you can have it. If you go to my highlights, you'll see a video on how to mint Zen and then how to mint XENblocks. There has been some new, discoveries. So we've discovered new ways of mining the blocks. So that video is kind of dated. I've been thinking about updating it, but it's doing what it needs to do. It's onboarding people into the network, and that's what should happen. But yeah, I've been using Woody's miner. Woody's miner is cool because it's just a one-liner. This is my doc here. Actually, if you want the doc, it's below. What the fuck? If you go into the description of this video, there's all the documents so you can start mining XENblocks today. From Woody's miner to the build the miner. But yeah, I've seen the hash rate has been very, very confused. It's bouncing up and down, round and round. Yeah, again, I think this is all fire. The fact that I can have 3,500 hash speed and still be finding blocks is cool. It's really, really cool. So this is where it's at. When a block is found, it's going to be found at the same speed after the halving. But right now, every time you find a block, it has 5 extra XEN coins. So then after the 16th, I would see this same gesture where Zunies are found at the top of the hour. And depending on my hash speed, right, I'm going to find blocks at the same speed, but with half of the rewards. So within a year's time from now, it'll be half of the supply that it was from the first year. So that's why this is like really cool to me, because the fidget spinner of seeing the blocks tick is going to continue. So it's not like you're going to see slower blocks, right? The only way we see slower blocks is if people show up in mass and they push the difficulty against us, right? the difficulty can slow down blocks because you'll need more GPU power or more memory access to get, you know, access to the Argon 2 pool. So if you don't know how XEN works, this difficulty is essentially on top of the hash algorithm, right? And everybody's computer or GPU, here I'll bring my GPUs back up. So everybody's GPU, like I got 4, right? I got 4 instances. So everybody's instances are beaming hash power or password power to the Argon 2 like oracle that's now living again. It's living amongst everybody because you can now use the prime or there's like a way for you to run the ledger and approve like all the blocks. So the blockchain of XEN is moving to a decentralized world. Once X1 is live, it'll live inside of X1 and it'll always be confirmed using the voting system of X1 and things like that. So we're voting on blocks. You're sending a signal hash speed to the Argon 2 mining pool. The hash speed you're sending is going to push the difficulty of how hard it is to gain access to that pool. Like your difficulty is almost like bandwidth, right? Or my bad, the difficulty is almost like a gate and your hash speed is the bandwidth. So the gate can increase and you would need more bandwidth to get through the gate, right? So if it goes to 80, you're going to see my bandwidth drops a little. Then when it goes to 78, it goes up a little because the gate essentially like it's, let's say, less difficult to get through. So I get more hashes to get to the gate. And this is all dictated based on your GPU. So the GPU power that you have allows you to find, or I mean, it gives you the power to get into the gate because the GPU has T-flops. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've already done all the research on this. We got deep into this a year ago. So now that's how I shop. Like I shop in T-flops. That's why we got 41, 41, 81, 81, right? Because I love the 4090 right now. And actually the 4090 is going to be a great play after the halving. Because again, if people think they're smarter than the system and they're going to be like, oh, I'm going to turn off. And then the fucking difficulty goes down and you've got a great GPU that's gaining access, you know, again, to the hashing pool. You're going to be able maybe to catch up a little bit while everybody's turning off. Because you're going to, you know, your hash speed will dictate how many XEN coins you're getting. Whereas in this first year, everybody's kind of getting the fairest distribution of them all. Right. That's why some in this space have already brute forced millions into existence because they're like, this is all I got, you know? So I'm also, again, I'm expecting difficulty to go down in XEN, but I'm also expecting more miners to come online. And then that essentially would push difficulty 2 times faster than we've ever seen. And we shouldn't be surprised to be like, wow, we're at 100K. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, oh, the miners have intensified because it's harder. It takes longer to find more XEN. And it's like all they can do is spend time in the pool now because they didn't spend time the first year. And it'll always be like that. Like right now in Bitcoin, like if you can afford to make a Bitcoin, you could just spend time in the hashing pool and just like play it out. But like that's where the money ain't there. Like not everybody has time and money to hang out in a Bitcoin hashing pool. And same goes for every other blockchain. Like, do you have time to be a validator on that chain? Like, is that what you're like, what you really want from crypto is to be a validator? You know, like if that's not what you want and you just want to trade coins, you know, that's why these rewards is getting cut in half because now you got to buy my rewards, bitch. And this is where Bitcoin, again, isn't like XEN. Bitcoin didn't divide the gas from the block reward, right? If I get a Bitcoin, it's because I found a block. But the block isn't, you know, I find it with my address, but essentially I never own the block. I just mined it with my address. So if I own the key to my address, I own the action of mining a block. The action, not the block. Yes, you got the block, but you own the action of getting the block. Once you send the Bitcoin or fractionalize it into Satoshis, you've lost the block. The block was the Bitcoin, which was the reward. So, you know, I've always been like, man, that kind of sucks. Like you only get a receipt. Fuck, you know, not next to them. Not next to them. No receipts, bro. Every block is yours. It's tied to your private key of your 0x account. And your XEN is separate. So you could sell your XEN and still have the blocks you mined. They're all yours. I don't know what you want to do with them. I don't know what we're going to do with it, you know? It's just something that's actual vanity. Like in crypto, you don't really have that. And I think that's another reason why I started mining XENblocks, because I thought that was very unique. Like dividing the reward in the block and really identifying that these things are different. And Xenium essentially could run off XEN coin if someone decided to make like a layer 2 for it and said like, oh, I'm going to use XEN as like a layer 2 and roll back. But that's so dumb. Like, see, like, you see how post or pre-quantum that sounds? Like, it's like, why would anybody in the XENblock community fucking make a layer 2 and like roll back? It makes no sense. Like, none of it makes any sense anymore. It just makes more sense for it to be security, and for others. This is where my take is: you join this via difficulty. Right? It actually becomes a power system where you say, hey, I'm going to make a blockchain and you can stake your XEN to the chain and is running as a validator for Xenium, and it's pushing the difficulty and adding security to a new chain. That's like a future I see. Like a new chain comes out and it's piggybacking on economical security, because that's hard to find in crypto, decentralized. Like that's another possible piece of the puzzle in the future, you know, that I think we might want. You might want to see another chain come out one day. You know, regardless to all the pre-quantum chains that are popping off right now, I do see some great ways to use this data, or like this block of information. Like, you know, right now it's nothing, but maybe XENblocks does become some sort of storage unit. Kind of another vision I would love to see it take on, like some roots or some inspiration from like ordinals and like this idea of inscripting text on top of a block, and things like that. Like I think that would be really cool. No need for it now, you know, nothing, no hype, no speculative anything, but I just think that'd be cool to have. It's like, oh shit, they really took that to the next level. Like, what the fuck? They got X1 chain. Like, why did they need that? It's just like, I don't know. I wanted to bring photos, or AI would be where I'm at with it. Like, in AI, maybe you can create another chain that has all the memory or all the hard drive space for the AI creations. Maybe we want to decentralize that for a distant future, where, you know, there's a dystopia and your robot is the one that has like your script, because it's the only one that connects to your node from the blockchain that you created off of XENblocks or some dumb shit. I don't know. That's like some fucking, you know, Star Wars movie to come. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why not? Yeah, why not? Laser guns, asteroids. Let's do it. GPU rigs up next, says Leo. That's true. GPU rigs are going to gross a lot of people passive income, because you can use them for the AI market. So some people might just build rigs to feed programs like a XENblocks and other ones. I mean, that's why everyone wants to get into AI. I think infrastructure, though, is where you should start. And X1 has already a crazy leap over everybody, because they've installed most of the hardware. Right? XENblocks is the hardware. So if everybody continues their XENblock experience, it's going to be very easy to get access to GPUs for X1 chain, right? Like he's already spoke about this, like creating a task market where you use XEN and a subset of validators to process images, right? And it'd be like Grok. Grok is kind of showing me already where we are with this. Like Grok would be the perfect UX to get people into this mindset, because we're all starting to do it now. If you notice, Meta also released their AI in Instagram and in Facebook, but it had that approach where it was already masked. You know, it was already theirs. And everybody that interacts with it, we all know it. You know, what the fuck? This shit freezing? This shit freezing? Oh, all my shit frozen? Hold up. What the hell? Zen Maps. We got that. Well, yeah, Zen Maps is like our version of inscribing. But I'm talking about like when we really start to inscribe, when we really start to inscribe. Like right now we're not really inscribing. Right now we're kind of just thriving. We're kind of just doing our thing, you know. We're just out here, regular degulars. Regular degulars. It's almost back. Hold up. Hold up. This thing's like, boy, you got too many things open. Shut it down. All right, we're back. Oh, no, we're not. Wow. All right, we're back. So, yeah, what I was saying was they already drew up a plan where all of this becomes like an AI task market. And when you look at like X, for instance, right now, X has the UX that I think people want. Bing has the same UX. I mean, you can go do your own research on this shit, right? Like, I'm not your research guy. I mean, I do my own research, but that's why I can speak for what I'm at least seeing here. Hold on, I gotta pause this video. All right, we're back. But yeah, so like when I go to Grok is smart, by the way. Grok is that motherfucker, bro. Straight up. But that's what I'm saying. Oh man, it's not here. Whack. Oh, maybe it's under. I was doing some research on John McAfee yesterday. But yeah, this is where we were. I was I'm like having fun learning about these diamonds, and I was like, who owns all the flawless diamonds, right? And then that's when I was like asking it questions, and it told me like what they own and shit. And then I asked this question where I was like, generate a realistic photo of this person's necklace, which is supposed to be like the most, like everybody knows about this one. So this is the most flawless diamond, you know, jeweler concept ever, most owned. But you see this moment right here where I asked to generate a realistic photo. This is where X could ask me for some money. I mean, I already have premium, so that's why they got to give it to me for free. But imagine if they wanted to release Grok to everyone so they could push the premium subscriptions, right? People get on here and they start asking it to generate realistic photos, or like, yo, can you give me some images from the internet? You know, it's really better than Google. Like, it's 100% better than Google or Googling. So Googling is dying. That's dead. Pre-quantum shit. Post-quantum shit is going to be people going out and seeking the knowledge themselves. Even in more detail than when the Google era. Everybody in this bitch smart now. But not everybody. I do think this is going to be paywalled because we live in the scam world. So why not make this a paywall as well and make people pay for it, and pay for computation of actual, you know, information. And then that would be where I would say, you know, does Grok start taking cryptocurrencies to provide a seamless experience between AI and human. You know, the AI would be more than willing to work for the crypto, and then the human on the other side would be more than willing to run servers for the crypto being tipped to the AI. Right? So this is all facts. We know this is where this is all going. And XEN, again, is the gateway to having that possible tip token that runs the entire network, that runs the background. Because, you know, like, I'm giving this away to Elon Musk, bro. Like, if I go and search Elon Musk, he just posted the inside of our fucking, the inside of the computers that keep all of our character, essentially. That's how I'm thinking of it. This video right here. He's like, a video inside of Cortex today. The giant AI training supercluster being built by Tesla HQ in Austin to solve real world AI. Bitch, this is where my data is going. I'm looking into my brain right now. This is your brain, my brain, on a little tiny silicon chip inside of Austin, Texas somewhere, because we keep using Grok. Grok is nice though, I ain't gonna lie. But I should be moving out of Grok. I should be having my own personal GPT. I don't know how to set up my world to have all that shit right now. Like, it's just so easy for me to do it on X. The access is insane. But again, do I see a world where people say, I want to own my data? Yes. And do I see that world being translated in a cryptocurrency network scheme? Yes. Do I see it happening on a commercial network scheme? No. I think commercially, people will always pay for AI. And until they learn, why don't you get a tip bot? And then maybe there's something gets different. Like, that's how I'm envisioning it. It's like these little bots that people start to get that are a little not like the censored ones. And then that's like, wait, it's like, I want a personal one of those. Like, how do I spend money on that? And then you start tipping. Or like, you know, the developers are like, oh, I'll just take XEN. Like, they have a whole network of a super cluster of a blockchain of people running high power systems. But, you know, it's like, does it compete against this? I don't fucking know. You know, I think the future, again, of cryptocurrency is competition in this level. That's why, again, I'm rooting for Solana, because Solana gets it too. This is the level of competition. It's not going to be it's not going to be a bunch of bedrooms. It's going to be data centers. So like the next level of infrastructure is buying land and heading back to the real world to grab the resources. You know what I'm saying? So Grok is nice. Yeah, Grok is the wave. But yeah, I think in the Zen world, we're building an ecosystem to be very translatable into this real world infrastructure. And again, Jack Levin has experience in servers. He's the server guy. So I'm sure he would be more than happy to teach a bunch of people how to build mini data servers around the world to get things going once capital is flowing in. And again, I don't think it will be hard to make a really believable system. It's already fascinating. Everything in X1 chain right now, like I said, the Prime miner, something you can use right now if you want to check out X1 chain. You don't even need to make a wallet. You just need to go to the website, put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Do my settings, do the CryptoBrush settings, set it at 100, right? Fund your wallet. First, you got to fund your points. I already got hella points, but we're going to fund the points. Put 1x Sol in, get 1,000 points. Voila. That 1x Sol went to the treasury. I got some extra points for no reason. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start mining. It's going to go and look for. So you see, these are the points that are going down in the Prime miner. And every time you win points, you can swap those 1 points for X Sol that comes from the yield pool. And they have like a ratio built on this. But that's why, like, the thing is every time you win a Prime number, you see my battery, it went red. I have to wait for it to charge up. And that's why I use the setting 240, because after 240 seconds, it'll already be back at 175 and I can start running again, you know, and till I hit. So that's the strategy on this one. And I've come up hard. Like if I'm at 56x Sol, like I started with like 33. Because you see, like you be hitting X Sol on this too. And that's why I wonder, like, will people want to trade their points? Because there's a leaderboard, but the leaderboard is based on 1 points, not as many points as you have in the game. Because the game, you can add points, so that's not really fair to say those are the leaders. Like the leaders are people who win the points from the jackpot, from rolling the slot or the miner to see if they can find a prime. Right? This is the original game. Points going into here and going to winners, right? So this leaderboard is based on winners. So there are some people who have over 7 million points. And what I was thinking was like, it would be crazy if like one of these people turned their X Sol into the yield pool and all those points like burned away and the yield pool switched up. And then they moved out of a certain position and everybody moves up. You know, like there's just, I mean, I'm still trying to understand that part, but yeah, there's like a lot of game theory that can be built on this prime miner. And this is X1, y'all. This is it in the flesh. This is how fast it's going to be. This is how expensive the transactions are going to cost, right? You'll notice that when you hit a prime number, transaction cost goes up because the program has to process more. So they can say it's not real, but again, it's not like we're building liquidity pools. That is not the game. The game in X1 is not to build LPs. Everybody already has liquidity in the real world, right? That's how they got internet. You can't have internet unless you're getting free internet, you know. Then shout outs to you for finding crypto. I would say try to pay for your internet. That's a good benchmark of success. Like, oh man, I can afford my internet, you know. And you get the badass internet, you know, you can be a validator at that point. But yeah, I do understand, you know, not everybody has free internet and things like that. But yeah, Zen is like, again, it's living on the net. X1 is on the net. It's ready to go. If you have access to it, you should get it. This is the competition. And you signed up for this. So put on your hard hat, start mining your XNM, and get ready for the future. And, oh yeah, I want to show this stat real quick before I get up out of here. I done some ETH and Zen mints last night. It's like the bear market gas. Yeah, I did some mints last night too. Maybe I need to go to their Twitter account. Here, I know they got the Twitter linked here somewhere, right? They got Twitter somewhere here? Nah. Well, long story short, we got a lot of activity happening on base right now. And like base is like ruling layer 2s. This company, Token Terminal, they talked about it. And yeah, I like minted a few Zen mints, and I was like, whoa, everybody's minting right now, but we're all minting low. So that makes me feel really confident too, that like everybody is being smart about how they're nibbling at the miner now. Because essentially, again, like when you learn about like XENblocks, it teaches you about difficulty, and then it teaches you about mining pools, because that's what we're all doing. We're all in one giant mining pool trying to achieve the same goal. And as everybody tries to brute force this goal into existence, we all experience the same ripple of resistance. So in Zen, we have this thing called the G rank, and the G rank is like the difficulty, because as it goes up, it pushes less Zen out. And you don't want to be someone on the other side of a G rank that's only going up, right? That's why it's good to mint, because it's steadily going up, which means you're always locked in because it's steadily going up. And if it stops, now there's a lot of people know there's no more supply made, so then it caps the supply because there's no new Zen being made because the G rank stopped moving, right? So this is like the difficulty that's fighting against or for Zen, right? It's against you if you want more Zen and it's going up. It's for you if it stops and Zen stops producing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the G rank yesterday had me be like, all right, I'm going to make a few and then I'll buy some at this low gas since the transaction is pretty cheap. So I bought some Zen, and I'm still hoping I get some lower Zen. I didn't go like crazy with it. I just like was like, yo, this is an opportunity to do a spot buy of like $50 of Zen, because it's like the fees are so cheap. So if I can keep getting those spot buys at low gas points, that helps me lock in the Zen, you know. And I don't know if that's a reflection on the chart too, if others are on the same wave, you know. And all of our tiny buys at low gas will slightly pump it, you know. But it would be good to see a nice pull or pop off this week, and then a pullback if Bitcoin is really going to pull back right now. Right, Bitcoin still has the opportunity to go back and start back at a 55 is like where I'm looking at, like 55 or so. And if it doesn't go to 55, then I would say right now we should just keep achieving higher highs. And then it would be like, yeah, Zen should be going up because the whole market's going up. You see what I'm saying? So like if the market really can stop here, because I think it's exhausted, but there is a lot of bullish people right now saying that this is all we needed. We just needed to achieve the 200. Like God will do his work now, right? So I don't know. I'm not a trader. Again, I don't know. But I would rather just bet on worst case scenario so I don't have to worry about like being on the wrong side of a trade, right? We know Bitcoin will be amazing. So regardless if you get it at 63 or 70, right? Just getting it under 100K, if it's headed that way, go for it, right? And not financial advice. It's just the way we believe this move is making. Same with ETH. That's why I'm thinking like ETH is becoming a vanity coin, and maybe it still goes up in price and the gas is low, and it fucks everybody's head up. Because they were like, we wrote it off, like because the gas was low, but it's like that's what people wanted. They wanted lower gas, so they naturally had a bunch of ETH coins. And just like how Tron can come back to life, ETH can come back to life. Just how low does it go with all this FUD, right? And I hope again, I hope it's not going to go low because Bitcoin is going to take off, and it's like nah, you know. Solana is extremely expensive right now. Like look at it versus Ethereum. Like so much Ethereum went into Solana right now. It's propping up the price. That's why like if the ETH FUD can stay strong, Solana might continue up while Ethereum goes down, and that would be like the 2 and 2. Like it's like, oh, you should have had Sol and ETH, right? You should have been buying Ethereum with your Solana gains. That's like what the reverse I think will be. Yeah, like at some point you'll want to turn your Solana back into Ethereum now that it's at all-time highs. Or is this all-time highs? Here we got to zoom out on the weekly or the monthly, excuse me. It's been a while. Yeah, so we're at all-time highs versus ETH. So like if Solana kept continuing up, because again, the narrative is so strong, it's really killing Ethereum in front of our eyes. But the thing is ETH is vanity. So you have things like Base, Arbitrum, Binance, Tron, like these big commercial entities that are going to keep ETH clean. Like the settlement would be like, it's all right, it's going to be okay, you know. Like we're going to push the price. Like the game isn't on gas. That's what we wanted, right? Vitalik said it himself. That's what I want. I want people to believe in Ethereum, not in their DeFi bullshit. And that's why Base, in my opinion, is leveraging themselves to project with this like ideology that like, hey, we come from Ethereum and we use Ethereum as a network coin. So we burn ETH too, right? So that's kind of why I'm fucking with Base hard right now, because I don't know when they hit the switch, but it's going to be centralized. right? So I don't know what happens, you know, and maybe one day they really do a hard line where they're like, everybody that's on this chain has to put KYC in. You know, they're trying their best not to do that, but what if Base does become the first blockchain with KYC? I think it would make the craziest run to that moment. For sure. I don't think that would stop it. I think that would fuel it, and then it would tip when people understand how fucking bad that is. Right? Like, oh, wait, we actually don't want that. But by then, the damage is done. Like, everybody's hooked in on the USDC, blah, 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 and all, you know, everything. It takes Ethereum. It's a layer 2. There's more activity. You know, there's just so many narratives that I think people will be able to jump on that it makes Base chain bullish. So CBZen, again, is still doing the damn thing. Came down to the 200, bounced off it nicely. It's adding to supply, but it's still burning supply at the same damn time. You was right about Tron on deck screener. I was watching it and passed. Yeah, no, I knew they were gonna do that. If they didn't do it though, I was gonna be hyped for them because that would have been a positive that they didn't believe that all token factories are bullshit. But they just put the proof in the pudding that like they'll add anything to make money. So everyone is on board with the scam. From Deck Screener to Justin Sun to Vitalik, everybody is in on it. Only the users are the only ones still running around like little guinea pigs, acting like this shit ain't happening. Like Ethereum ain't getting fragmented and Bitcoin isn't turning into a religion. God damn, shit's all bad right now. But yeah, that's why I'm bullish on CBZen. Because there's so much extra drama that I think once Zen makes a move and then people go, oh wait, there's one on Base. Like I think we're gonna have that realization amongst a lot of people, like, oh, what, there's one on Base, you know, or oh, there's one on Polygon. And that's why I'm positioning myself for that speculation of, oh, there's one over here. So we can see right now, we did have a really nice slump in supply. We got pretty much negative 41 liquid trillion Zen coins based on staking and just C rank or G rank becoming stagnant, where not a lot of new mints are coming on, pushing the liquid supply. So we're seeing right now a lot of stakes are ending, and once the stake ends, it goes right back into the liquid, and that's kind of where I see it. I see a lot of people in stakes once it looks like there's going to be a move. So like right now, it looks like there's going to be a CB Zen move. So some people are ending stakes, you know, or stakes are just ending because it's just what it is. But where we're at with the stake concept is, regardless of what is happening with staking, like it doesn't really impact the overall performance of the G rank. The G rank is what controls the overall inflation, and then staking is number 2, and staking ends. Right, sooner than later, staking will only be 2%. So then it will really only be those that have the most Zen staking for the most amount of time are producing the most inflation, and that's like the fairness of Zen in general. It's like the only way to get ahead is like to really, really, really strategize and believe in like what is being built. What the fuck? Can't I log in? God damn. God damn. What's going on here? Hold on one second, y'all. I'll get back to you. Fuck it. Weird. Weird. But yeah, I wanted to see this, but it's not gonna let me go in because I'm not logged into my wallet. But it's whatever. You don't need to hear my take on why Base is gonna be cool. Like, we get it. Base itself is gonna be great. We can see that people enjoy staking over here. They love the lower fees. And Zen works best in low fee environments because it's all the same. There's no real advantage. Like, everyone's a whale in this instance. Like, on Ethereum, not everyone's a whale because you got to be rich in ETH. And this is why, again, I think people will like this sidechain layer 2 or this vanity Ethereum where you don't need to be rich in ETH, yet just have a few. And that might be good for Ethereum. That sounds like a really good narrative. Like, people are just holding ETH, like just enough of it to, you know, help distribute it. Right. And it's on all these layer 2s and the representation of it, you know, locked up doing DeFi, being burned and things like that. Like, I just see that as it's like in game. Like, I just see it's like a old person going to a retirement home. Like, it's just ETH is being retired and we're just watching it find the wheelchair that it's going to sit in forever. Same with like Bitcoin. Bitcoin just happens to be like a non-wheelchair old person. It's one of the ones that still walks around and just like got the vibes, you know. But ETH got old quick because it never capitalized on its fragmentation, and now it's basically leveraging that, in my opinion. I'm also on game with that. I think it's leveraging what is Ethereum more than it's leveraging what's in Ethereum. And that's what X1 is getting ready to change. That's what Solana is changing. That's what a bunch of other blockchains are currently changing, and why there is a side of crypto where it's pretty exciting, where you're seeing all the changes happening in real time. So yeah, man, I'm going to get off this fucking box here, but you can go see it on Token Terminal. They posted about Base. They were saying Base is currently the #1 L2 based on weekly transactions, just crushing everybody. There's 10 to 100x more builders on Base than any other L2. And then Base is running away from all layer 2s on monthly activity. So I think this is all good for Base. Like, if they're providing this, like no other coin, you see, like, everything is declining hard. Arbitrum is falling off hard. Base is running because there's more opportunity in the singular centralization. Again, they have the basketball goals. They got the basketball goals, man. NBA season's about to start. You don't think they're going to do some fun ass Base shit with the NBA? You better be on Base, bro. Now equipped. I wouldn't be surprised to see something epic released this year in the NBA trademarked on Base. I'll be like, see, told you. That's where we're headed. We're headed to a commercial world, and we need a commercial chain. We don't need an enterprise chain. We need commercial, and then we need enterprise. And that's why X1 is going to come later down the road. But you're early right now to get all the coins to support, again, this enterprise chain of opportunity. And yeah. But yeah, CBZen looking good. You know what I'm saying? OPZen looking good. And so on and so on. OPZen looking really good. But yo, go play the Prime Miner. It's Monday. Go be a Monday person. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Make sure you hit the like button if you like the content. Hit the subscribe button if you're vibing with your boy. Or cop a membership to support the channel or whatever you want to do. Until next time. Peace.